In earliest August, at the Boston Convention and Exhibition Center, Ghosts on a Train appeared once more at the exhibitor stage, presented by Chuck Load of Comics. A live show was performed, the audio of which is contained here. Video was captured of the live event, and it is available, if not presently being seen. We recognized a handful of familiar faces from the previous year's show, and would like to thank our local fans. A regular episode of Ghosts on a Train will arrive in the next 2 weeks. Please listen and enjoy.
Cool, we're good to go? Awesome. Yeah, just as I'm making a mouth noise into the... I'm just going to start this up real quick. Hello! Welcome to Ghosts on a Train. This is a podcast where we play Ghost Lines, an RPG by John Harper. I'm your conductor, Greg, and I run the game.
I'm Hannah. I play Andrel Anderson, a 14-year-old girl and ghost fighter.
I'm Guy. I play Pippin McKeel, and my cosplay is that I didn't sleep for the last 3 days.
Nice. I'm Stefen. I play Drix, and he's going to do some ghost wrangling.
All right. Up top, I do want to say that this particular show is going to have a content warning for a fear of deep water. The sea can be scary, but nobody's going to be drowning or nothing, I promise. And let me also open with a fun fact about trains. You see, in the old days, only the conductor would have a pocket watch. The reason for that was because watches need to be synchronized. And if you had more people on the train with their own watches, like Hannah, then that sort of increases the chance of somebody messing the schedule up. So the conductor was the timekeeper. We have 45 minutes, and I've pre-written some stuff. You can tell I'm kind of reading off it right now. So in the interest of honesty and to keep things from going off the rails, whenever I do read some of my pre-written stuff, I'm going to pull out my pocket watch so these three jokers don't interrupt me while I'm trying to read it. As I said earlier, this is a podcast where we play Ghost Lines, an RPG by John Harper. What that means is we're going to play the game and experience the story through it. Ghost Lines is powered by the apocalypse, and I mean, I guess if that doesn't mean anything to you, you're probably pretty cool.
Least nerdy person at this nerd convention.
Basically, anytime the players try to do something that will meaningfully change the narrative, I will ask them to roll 2 6-sided dice and add a number based on what ability they want to employ. There's 4 available to our players. Each has different results based on how the players roll. As the conductor of this train, I'm basically never going to roll, because rolling invites failure, and I'm not about to fail. But how the players roll will allow me to act and change the story how I see fit. So I hope that all makes sense, and if not, it'll make sense when we start. So let's start.
Or you're just here to sit down.
The weak embers of a dying sun cast their meager light over an ink-dark sea. Though the pitiable sun's rays cannot penetrate the thick blackness of the water, from the bottom of the sea shine stars. Rippling constellations that remain visible from the surface, even when no stars shine in the sky. Floating on the jet-black waves is a metal steamship outfitted with a crane and other tools for the safe deployment of a smaller, circular vessel. A self-powered Leviasphere for scientific research under the ocean. Preparing to board, we have 3 individuals with badges marking them as line bulls, which are basically like ghost-fighting goons on a train. Hannah, Stefen, Guy, would you please...
expendable.
You're damn right. Please describe these goons as they approach. They're all suited up.
All right, I'll start. All right, so we've got Drix, tall, dark, curly hair. He's pretty big, got a barrel chest. He constantly wears a black cowboy hat with a red band. And
hard to imagine.
Completely unbelievable. And he is, he's got a lasso on his hip and spurs. Gotta have the boots with the spurs, baby.
Next up, we have Pip, who is very pale, very greasy, and would be tall if he was not constantly hunched over. Just the, the wooden playgrounds from your youth? that are just like been aged in the sun for way too long, and you don't really want to touch them. You want to wash your hands after like just looking at them. That as a person.
And we have Andrel, who is tall for her age, but again, she's 14, so she's like pretty tiny. Copper-skinned, dark hair, cut sort of boyish short. My general turn of phrase is that she wears Victorian orphan boy clothing, and sort of a twinkle in her eye.
Victorian orphan boy clothing, whatever that means to you.
Yeah, just
The most sickly sad little girl.
it looks like something in my head. Maybe it looks different in all of yours.
Yes, you three ordinarily board a train, but right now you're boarding this Leviasphere. The door to the outside seals shut with a hiss, and the door to the interior opens up. Greeting you is a tall, pale-skinned man wearing fashion about a century out of date. And he smiles in a practiced way that hides his teeth, and he says, Greetings. I'm very glad that the Ministry of Preservation saw fit to loan me 3 of their line bolts on my humble project.
Yeah, I'm still unclear on why they did that. Are there ghosts down here?
Also, how exactly? We just got told we were dealing with submarines today.
Yeah,
Leviaspheres today.
You might want to avoid the S word.
Yeah.
I'm Lord Scarelock of Duskwall, and I have hired you on account of the fact that the ocean is vast and indeed very haunted. I require the assistance of you 3 professionals. I am investigating the stars on the bottom.
Ooh.
You've seen them, right?
I mean, not up close or anything.
Well, we're about to change that last.
Aren't stars supposed to be hot or something?
Well, that's what we're gonna find. I promise I'm not pulling out the pocket watch because I don't want to talk anymore in that voice. Rushing you past electroplasmic equipment, Skurlock brings you to an operations room, wider and shorter than the train cars you are used to. Most of the space is taken up by 3 seats in a line, with different equipment at each. On the wall at the very front is a viewport showing the surface of the sea. But between that and the front seat is an eyeball descending from a sinewy stalk from the ceiling. The middle seat is flanked by 2 grasping crab-like claws from the floor, appearing more like an interrogation chair than anything else. The rear chair, closest to you all, is surrounded by a net of electroplasmic wires from all over that would leave whoever is seated in it trapped if it were any smaller.
I think I've been on this ride.
Well, I'm afraid you cannot get off. These are your 3 stations while you're here.
Whose is whose?
That I leave to you.
Okay, I don't want the eyeball. That freaks me out.
I guess I'll take it.
Maybe
man.
we should learn any information about them first before deciding that. I'm just saying up front, the eyeball freaks me out.
It's your basic run-of-the-mill Leviasphere.
We've never been in one
puts
of
your
these.
head in the eyeball so you can look outside the eyeball on the outside.
You put your head in the
right
eyeball?
inside
Okay,
the
never
eyeball.
mind,
Is
never
there
mind.
a hole in it?
Absolutely not happening. That one's not me.
There's a membrane, lass. Don't worry, it's
a
quite
membrane.
refreshing.
Oh, okay then.
Then the other one, you're gonna put your hands in the crab claws. The crab claws will grip your claws. Your arm's good, so you can control the crab claws on the outside.
Couldn't you make that with any kind of other controls?
It's a standard Leviasphere.
Okay, the crab claws do look sick. Like I'll give them the crab
Get
claws.
on in the crab claws.
No,
lass.
I didn't say I was getting in it. I'm just saying it looks cool.
And whoever's gonna go into the net is going to be surrounded by live electroplasm that will accurately represent any pressure on the outside.
Okay, you know what? I'm getting in the crab claws actually.
Damn it. I was going to take the crab claws.
Little girl goes into the crab claw seat, and they pinch your wrists.
Ow! Why did you make the pinch? Who built this?
Whoever designed the murder boxes. All right, I'll take the net.
Well, it's not the first thing that I've stuck my head in that was unusual.
What does that mean?
Seriously, you can't just drop these things.
I refuse to elaborate.
No.
You gotta elaborate.
I'm afraid there's no time for elaboration. I need to get into the engine room, which is behind that door over there. Now, you might be tempted to look into the engine room, but I would caution you against that.
Why?
Because reasons.
You
But
people have got to start elaborating more.
I will be controlling our descent from within there, and I don't want to hear you worrying about our descent at all, or the fact that we'll be under the ocean. I happen to have caught the attention, I happen to have captured the affections of the sea demon Satara, and she happens to be the ocean's firstborn, if you know what I mean.
Is this another mermaid situation? Are we going to have to go back for your soul, or...
I don't foresee that being a problem. Have fun. I'm going off to the engine room.
I just have one question to ask, and that is, when was the last time this equipment was inspected? That was my one joke about submarines.
I really did come up with this like a week before that whole business. I felt I was like watching really intently, like, oh, what do I have to avoid? Off that subject with the magic of the pocket watch.
Oh, fine. Coward.
Sat in your stations, you feel the nauseating plunge of the Levisphere into the inky black depths of the void sea. That's right, I got one extra sound effect from last year. After a very short while, the water's surface is indistinguishable from the rest, and only the stars below give any sense of our orientation or direction. Within an hour of departure, the descent stops as you reach the insular shelf and a shipwreck so ancient that it acts as an artificial reef. As you three are kind of alone in here and you got the big old viewport, what sort of sea life is catching your eye as you're descending here at the bottom? There's all sorts of creatures that this ship looks old, a couple centuries. Things have just been living here. There's coral, seaweed, anemones, but also, you know, this is the Shattered Isles. You can get weird with it.
We can get weird with it.
Reverse mermaid.
A reverse mermaid.
That was immediate.
A real leggy
Leggy fish.
real leggy fish.
They're wearing boxer briefs.
Yeah, this is I'm glad you remember this is a family show.
I'm thinking two-headed eels, an eel with like a head on each side. There's a knot in the middle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're sort of like they're squeaking around, like they're fighting over where they need to go.
An octopus, but like more like as many legs as you can picture on a creature.
An octopus
so
plus.
many octopus plus.
Octopus plus.
Value octopus.
Dodecahedropus.
Get out of here, guy. Shut up with your big words. So, eventually, Skurlock adjusts course, and the I still wrote bathysphere originally. The Leviosphere skims along the declining slope. The stars grow steadily closer over the next hour. So that's 2 hours you've been out here. And suddenly the slope gives way to nothing as the Leviosphere slows to a stop over a single star at the bottom of a deep, deep trench. There's a hiss and a hatch noise as Skurlock himself enters the observation room. This is going to be the furthest that any human being has ever gone. I understand you may be attached to the eye, but I'd like to be left alone with it for a moment. Is that all right, Pippin McKeel?
All right. You want to stick your head in something? Go right ahead.
You know, actually, Pip was saying that there was something really important out there that you should probably see. So go ahead and put your head right in there.
Zounds, I'm going to do that right now. And there's a squishy noise as you pull your head out of the eyeball. Squishy noise as he puts his head in.
Andrel.
Yeah.
Let's go find out what's in that room.
Oh, yep, let's do it. Let's do it right now.
Yep.
Skurlock's just sort of in the middle. There's nothing in the viewport but the star. Like looking through the eyeball, he's like, oh my, whoa, amazing. Oh my good, whoa. wow, you gotta see this.
Nope.
And you go into the engine room, you say,
Yep.
Guy, Pip, cover us.
You put a very obvious trap in front of us, but I am going to walk into it.
I'm absolutely gonna trigger it.
yeah. So you walk in there, and so there aren't any there's tanks of electroplasm and stuff, and some gauges, but there's nothing to control the ship in here. And the tanks of electroplasm seem to, instead of be powering any sort of systems on the ship, they power what you recognize now as a modified lightning cage in the center of the room. Kind of like the same ones that you line bulls use to trap ghosts, but bigger, beefier, uncut.
Uncut?
I don't know. There's a faint silhouette in there.
Hey.
Oh, this looks bad.
Is this a person powering? Hey, silhouette, are you anyone?
You hear at the sound of your voice, the silhouette kind of looks, and you hear a voice go. It speaks to you in Andrel's, what would be Andrel's people's native tongue, Hadrathi.
Oh.
It says, "Ata, Raish Ata."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Ata,
Hannah doesn't remember what that word means, but Andrel probably does.
Yeah, she's basically saying, "Kid, hey, kid, look over here, look over here."
Yeah,
Kid.
I go.
And she says in Hadrathi a little bit of I don't know what we're doing right now, but it feels like we're going deeper than we have before usually. What's going on?
So we are going deeper than we have before. We're going to look at the stars at the bottom of the seat. What is happening right now? Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah. What's your deal?
I'm she who reveals truth. But she says that in Hadrathi. So she kind of gestures to herself, and the full sentence is Setara, which is the Setara.
Okay. So when the guy said, I've already forgotten his name, when the guy who steers the ship said that Setara had given him her affections, is that true? Are you into this? Or is this a bad situation for you?
Me and Skurlock kind of do the little waltz of master and minion. I know it looks bad that I'm in this cage,
It
but
does. It looks really bad.
100 years ago, I had him in kind of worse. It's fine.
I don't know what to do with that information. You're good here, though?
I mean, hold on. Did
You're
you say the
chill with
stars?
this? Yeah.
I'll get out. Did you say the stars?
Yeah, I said the stars.
At
You'll
the bottom
get
of the
out
sea.
At the bottom of the sea.
No, now that I'm not okay with.
What? Okay. Why?
That's no good.
No
My mother hates the notion of anybody going down there just to look at her sea stars.
Okay. Is Skurlock aware of this, or would this be new information to him?
Pip, at that exact moment, Skurlock is getting his head out of the eyeball, and he's like, "Oh man, that's really great, riveting stuff. I gotta say, you're lucky one to pick the eyeball."
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole textural experience that you experience it from the neck up. You know, it's.
You ever
really,
opened your mouth inside of it?
Yes, it's quite. I'd say exquisite, but I don't think that's an appropriate word.
What is wrong with you two?
Words fail. That's correct. Well,
Yes.
I'm gonna go back into the engine room.
Wait, hold on.
Why should I hold on? You realize I am Lord Skurlock of Duskwall, a noble, and you are a filthy line bull.
Well, filthy, yes. Line bull, yes. But I don't actually have a follow-up to this.
While
statement.
your words fail you, would you like to make a roll?
Yes, absolutely.
What ability do you want to employ?
Yeah, what are you doing
What
right
are
now?
you doing?
Let's go with finesse, because I'm trying to weasel my way verbally out of
Sure.
whatever is going on
Sure.
here.
Roll me 2d6 plus your finesse.
So 2d6 plus 1. That is a 9 total.
So you get to do one, do it quickly, avoid trouble, compromise, or cost, or do it impressively, stylishly to greater effect.
I want to verbally dazzle this individual to greater effect.
All right. Now do it.
My one weakness, improv.
Do it, podcaster!
Well, you see, so, you saw the reverse mermaid, right?
I did indeed see the reverse mermaid with the gammy legs and the scales,
Was
the
that
big bulbous eyes.
Was that polka dots for the boxer briefs, or like I could have sworn
It was
that,
definitely stripes.
Do you think they might have been like I could have sworn I saw a Ghostbusters symbol on there. You think they were branded?
Oh,
Does that make it this deep?
Do you think that they were branded with Ghostbusters? You know, that's very interesting. I get the sneaking suspicion that you're distracting me, but I cannot seem to stop talking to you.
Well, there's this other thing, like the dodecahedropus. I'm pretty sure dodecahedron's like a geometric shape, not an actual number.
While that's happening, Drix, you don't understand this Hadrathi conversation. You're kind of probably nervously looking around. There's like another viewport here. Mm-hmm. And there is the soft blue of a spirit illuminating the inky black of the ocean, and it's approaching pretty fast.
Oh boy. All right. Andrel, heads up. We're about to have company.
I hate company. We're already in the middle of a situation.
Okay. Hey, actually, that ghost you're talking to, friendly?
I think more of a demon, but yeah, it seems nice.
Oh, I speak Carrobis. It's
Oh,
fine.
great.
Yeah, I can talk to you guys.
Fantastic.
Cool. Hey, would it be cool if I moved your lightning cage to that window right now?
I would love it if right now you disable this lightning cage, just because if we're going to see the stars, then my mom, the sea, is going to be pissed.
Yeah, that might explain whatever is happening right now.
I've got to turn this thing around. And at that exact moment, there is a huge thump as the Leviasphere turns around, spinning, reeling from an attack. Meanwhile, in the other room with Pip and Skurlock, you're interrupted as you kind of do that Star Trek like stumble around the set thing because we got to sell that it's spinning. Skurlock, all of a sudden, he looks up and there's a scowl that doesn't bother to hide his teeth, and you see big old fangs. And he says, Setara, what is the meaning of this? Why does your mother send this? That's right, it wasn't a bad Sean Connery impression that I wanted to bail out of. He was just hiding his fangs.
Sure.
Within the vision of the viewport, there is a big seashell the size of the Leviasphere floating into view. And there's a spectral glow from the inside. Out of the seashell comes a big old mass of tentacles, at least 12, attached to a bulbous fish face that can't help but peek a little bit of leg. And then a second one of those things popped out, but all tied together.
The ocean is weird.
Hunt the ghost hunter.
All right.
Yes, so it looks, with this presence of this ghost, we are going to need one of you to roll an against the supernatural roll and lead the bulls against this supernatural threat.
I vote Drix. He saw it first, even though Stefen
I vote Drix because he
never
has fancy
rolls
new
well
dice.
Ever.
Sure. All right, we'll take it. All right.
All right.
Also, just to backtrack for a hot second,
Yeah, sure.
Ghostbusters doesn't. I want you all to know, Ghostbusters, like, we don't. That's not a canon term within our podcast. Like, that didn't make any sense. Guy just kind of said it, presumably because they were thinking about Ghostbusters.
I have snuck a Ghostbusters reference into every single recording session.
That can't be true.
I don't want it to be true.
Also, snuck is not the right word. They've been pretty blatant.
Stefen, roll me 2d6. We're going to go down a line of quick questions, only the relevant ones. You completed your apprenticeship. You completed your journeymanship. That's a +2. You don't have the support of another gang. There's only 3 of you, so we're going to give you a -1. I'm going to let you keep the +1, presuming that you've worked here before. I don't mind. The one thing I do care about, do the other bulls swear to follow your orders without hesitation? Say something inspiring to get everybody to rally behind you.
All right, I'm not planning to die underneath the void sea today. So let's get this done.
Yeah, that was good. Good job.
I think it was good too. Me,
Yeah, I liked it.
Satara in the thing.
Hi, Satara. I rolled a 6.
What did I say?
Well, I don't think that was good. So you've utterly failed to capture anything. You can make the opening move though.
+1.
+1.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Six
great.
on my
Oh, I
dice.
rolled this.
That was.
So which would you like to do? Would you like to seize the initiative, maintain an orderly disposition, seize a particular opportunity or advantage?
Let's seize an opportunity or advantage.
What's the opportunity or advantage?
I think this thing is fighting with itself, pulling itself in 2 directions. I think it's not approaching any closer at the moment.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. So it's it's just standing there menacingly. Snapping, fighting against itself. Tentacles.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
too many tentacles to
Ugh.
really like function. It's just coming out of one big seashell. Yeah. Skurlock, for his part, is like, you 3, man the stations and defeat this creature. And Satara says, No, get me out of this cage, and I'll take us up. Get Skurlock to stop.
All right.
Oh boy.
I mean, personally, I'm always going to listen to the girl boss first.
You know what? That's entirely valid.
So Andrel's going to go try and get Zatara out of that cage.
Yeah, go for it.
You do the opening move, Stefen.
Okay. Yeah, I think Drix is gonna look over at Andrel, see that she's going towards that cage, and just go, okay, and like he's gonna move up and like start opening up.
All right, you start opening up.
Start opening up the lightning cage.
Yeah. Make me a roll for that.
All right. We'll go with force. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go with finesse because I don't want to break it.
Sure. I mean, you can break it. Break my things.
That is gonna be a 6 total.
Greg loves it when you break his things.
Damn, I'm rolling terrible.
That was a 6?
Yeah.
6 total.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
Stefen.
So Stefen, go ahead and take a. Take a bunch of harm. Take a bunch of harm. No. Take 2 harm from the lightning cage. It's zapping.
Gotcha.
Skurlock grabs your arm as you're fiddling with it, and it's zapping you. He grabs you by the wrist, and with the strength of many men, starts to like
How many?
squeeze. 10.
A bunch of men.
As many men as there are octopuses. Holds your hand there, and he says, "You will not stop the voyage for the star."
Okay, what kind of sea madness does this man have?
Well, coming up close, he's got fangs like a vampire. You think he's a vampire?
Don't love that one. Okay. All right.
Pippin? Andrel?
I will try to do what Drix could not.
Sure. What are you employing?
Finesse.
Finesse.
As well. That's an 11 total.
An 11 total. See, get a load of that.
I love it when you guys get shown up by the 14-year-old.
Consistently?
Consistently. You are able to, like, while he's being distracted. Sorry about that. While he's being distracted, yelling at Drix, Andrel, you were able to fiddle with some wires, short out some things. The lightning cage dissipates a little bit, and you see this woman with like shark skin, like seaweed for hair, a little lamprey mouth full of teeth.
Hot.
Yeah, she's got like coral growing out of her, and it's wrapping around her in the shape of like a tunic.
Extremely hot.
Yeah. So, you also have about 2 seconds notice as this thing, the thing outside, in the seashell with all the heads and the tentacles and stuff, grabs a hold of the Leviasphere, and you can see it's moving its fish mouths close, and it's making like fishy kissy stuff, but like it's so big that it's probably gonna swallow the Leviasphere.
We're working on getting up. Leave us alone.
Pip,
We're helping you.
You want to do something?
Yeah, are the crab claws open?
The crab claws are open.
Cool. I'm going to try and basically, like, I guess, like, push whatever this is off. Like, try and, like, make a little space.
Sounds like a force roll.
That does sound like a force roll. Unfortunately, I'm bad at that.
You could probably argue for finesse.
Hey, you'll do better than me.
We
I
don't
believe
have
in
lightning
miracles.
oil for this, do we?
Nope.
I believe in
Cool.
miracles.
We're doing it live. That's actually a 10.
Yeah! All right, you get to do 2 of them. What are you doing? Inflicting great harm, driving them back? I assume you want to drive them back.
I want to drive them back and suffer little harm in return.
Suffer little harm in return. All right, so yeah, you juice up the crab claws. They grab a hold of you, and you feel your like nerves key into the claws on the outside. You're shoving it. You're just doing a shove.
Yep. Just kind of flail at it. If you've ever seen 2 crabs fight, you know exactly this kind of motion.
Just
where it's
like 2 crabs fight. We've all seen
real
it.
awkward.
Yeah, we've all seen it.
We've all seen it.
Listen, there's been many lonely days with Animal Planet. We have all been there.
Everyone go home and Google 2 crabs fighting, and then you'll know what this looks like.
So you shove it away, and as you shove it away, it releases the Leviasphere. There's a little bit more of a listing to it now as you're free in the ocean again. As you're being slapped back a little bit, both of the fish mouths kind of suck in, and they shoot out this big, like, it's a ghost. It's a spectral little fish thing, but it has a very real impact on the water, and it spits out 2 jets of bubbles. But because you pushed it out of the way and are suffering little harm in return, only one of those little streams hits the Leviasphere, and the crab claw like station crackles a little bit with like electricity. Go ahead and take 1 harm. Yeah, and with that, Skurlock. Is this gonna throw Drix? Yeah, I think he's gonna throw Drix. One-handed, yeet.
He's strong enough to yeet me?
He's strong enough to yeet you. He's so strong, in fact, that you have the opportunity to roll something, but you can only do it like he's already mid-throw.
Okay, all right.
Tuck and roll.
Yeah. I think what Drix is gonna do is he's just gonna let himself get thrown, and I think mid-flight he's going to whip out his lasso and try to grab onto something and reorient himself.
Insane.
Cowboy lasso tricks. Roll.
All right. That is a 10, baby.
Yay!
Yeah,
Plus
all right.
2 for finesse, so we got a 12. Let's
All right.
go.
Well, shit. Yeah. Yeah, you did them all.
Yeah.
So in addition to doing it quickly and without triple compromise of cost, you also get to do this stylishly and to greater effect. I'm going to ask you, like, what do you, like, if you could do something extra with this lasso move, what would it be?
Okay. So I think what Drix is going to do is he's going to, like, as he gets flung, he's going to lasso onto a pipe, swing around it, back into Skurlock, and do, like, the Black Widow thing where...
All right.
He rolled a 12. Legally, you have to let him.
I have no power. I thought rolling was open to failure. Rolling was weakness, but rolling strength. Yeah. So you do the Black Widow thing. Like as you're on him, he's like, "What is this? Why are your thighs so soft?" And yeah, I think as you take him down, Satara's like starting to climb out of the lightning cage, and she says, "All right, now, if you could just pitch him out of the viewport."
I'm sorry, you want me to kill this man? Us to kill this man?
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine?
He'll be fine.
You promise? I'm 14. I've never killed a man before.
He's like 400.
It's still murder.
My mom doesn't hate him that much. I really am kind of fond with him. This is our thing.
I don't understand this. I don't understand
When
this
you're
dynamic.
older.
No,
When you're
I don't
older.
think I will understand it when I'm older. People keep telling me that, and it never makes more sense.
I'm 29, and this doesn't make sense to me.
Hannah, is Andrel going to help pitch him off?
I guess. Yeah, okay.
He's been taken down Black Widow style by Drix.
Drix's masterful thigh work.
So I get, what do you roll? I genuinely don't know what one rolls to pitch someone out of their lock. Force, finesse?
Sure. Maybe we can do it force. I don't know.
Okay.
You've got all your equipment.
Oh, okay.
You can blast him with your lightning hook. You can shoot him with your big, scary knife web thrower thing.
Yeah, I could put him in a net and put the net out there.
Put him in it.
Yeah.
Put him in a net. Put him in a
Okay,
box.
we're
Put the
gonna
box outside.
We're gonna put him. I'm gonna get a net around him, I guess. That's a 10.
That's a 10.
Andrel has a +3 to finesse, so everything I do is finesse. I'm never going to use my other stats unless I have to.
So yeah, you which one do you not do of the quick? So you can do it quickly without trouble compromise or cost, or establish a greater effect. What are the two you do?
I think this is a live show. We're having fun. I'll take the trouble compromiser cost in order to do it fast and cool.
You'll take the trouble compromiser cost in order to do it fast and cool. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I know this is a bad idea, but I'm giving you a present.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
A special treat just for Greg.
You wrap him up. You shoot out your knife thrower. Gets him in the net. Gets him up in the net. Probably by the viewport in the engine room. And Satara's like, "All right, don't worry. The sea's still my mom, so she won't come in here when you break the glass. But just go ahead and break the glass.
You want me to break the glass?
It's cool. Just get him out of here. Bye, Skurlock." And Skurlock's like, "Oh, Satara, why? I love you."
This is like my third least favorite line that we've done. This is so confusing to me. I don't understand any of the dynamics at play here.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not following the drama at all.
Pip, you can't help but notice that the creature outside is kind of expectantly looking at the viewport, waiting for him to come on out, kind of doing his little fish kissy mouth, ready to.
I'm going to choose to ignore that.
Oh my god!
This is not my problem.
You cannot make Andrel do a murder!
It's not you doing a murder, it's the sea. It's unpredictable.
You can just never tell her about this. I don't want to deal with the fallout of this.
I don't want to think about it. It
Drix,
works out.
Drix, it should be noted while they're discussing whether or not to send out the little viewport. I don't think they can see it, but your lasso's kind of tangled up with the net, and you're kind of. Would you like to roll something to get out of it?
Yeah.
You can't make me kill Drix. I cannot deal with the fallout of this.
Yeah, I think Drix is going to level the lightning hook and try and burn through it.
All right, go for it.
We're gonna go force for this one.
Roll me force.
Oh, that is bad. That is a 5 total.
Stefen, you're so bad at rolling dice. You're bad at random numbers.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah. So you go to zap. I'll tell you what. Actually, I'll go to you zap the lightning hook. You go ahead and take 3 harm. No, sorry, take 2 harm. That's too mean. Take 2 harm as you shoot yourself in like the actual foot. The lasso does like kind of burn free, and then the whole net starts to like catch on fire.
It's cool. He's going in the ocean.
Skurlock's like, hold on, line bulls. Remember, I am a noble of Duskwall. And, you'll work for the Ministry of Preservation. Before you pitch me out there, maybe give that one a thought.
I'm a Ruvian, baby.
Are you going to kill him then?
No.
Hey, Andrel, just quick sidebar. Just real quick. We do work for them.
I know that's true, yeah.
There is a very, very swift, so soft it sounds like a teacup breaking sound of the viewport, and some sound of like ocean water, not coming inside, but just the sound of it outside. Faster than you could notice, Sitara is standing next to Drix, holding a hand, and she just pushes Skurlock right through the viewport. One hand, open palm, and he's like, what? As Sitara is just smiling with her big lamprey mouth, and she's like, it's pretty nice that you're very indecisive about doing a murder. I'd like to say that was a test, but I'm she who reveals truth. I wanted you to kill him.
Hold on. Are you saying that we just murdered a noble?
No, Citara murdered a noble. We just were there and helped. I guess.
It's fine. He's not alive. He's a vampire. He'll climb up in a little bit, and when he does, I don't know, maybe I'll tie him up or put him in a cage or something. It's
Hey.
our thing.
Yeah,
Some of
can
our
you
best
just-
acquaintances are vampires.
Can you just, keep him away from us? Because he is technically one of our bosses, and it is occurring to me now that he's brought that up that this maybe was not the most strategically great idea.
Oh, it's
so
all
we
right.
are now accessories.
The Leviasphere is like under Sitara's powers going back up. You like feel it going up, and as it's going up, she's like, well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not part of your whole Imperium deal, so
That sounds nice.
you'll handle it. I'll keep him in a cage, and I'll keep him in a cage for you.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I
thanks.
Do you guys want to stick your head in the viewport?
I
No.
do not.
And so the Leviasphere, having failed in its mission, but succeeded in not getting totally owned by the ocean, rises back to the top. You three have the favor of Sitara. Go ahead and add 1 favor.
Yay.
She's into you guys. She can't lie. And she makes herself scarce before you guys return to your own normal jobs protecting trains from ghosts. I think with that we are more or less at time. I really packed this one a little bit, huh? Real. So you go on.
Pretty dense.
No, just you did. You're right.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, we're Ghosts on a Train as an actual
Thank you,
play
buddy.
podcast. Yeah,
Hope you guys enjoyed.
hope you guys enjoyed.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good convention.
Yeah. It's gonna close soon, but
It's
then
gonna
tomorrow,
close soon.
gonna be around tomorrow. It's gonna be cool. There's probably gonna be other
Yeah.
cool stuff here on the stage.
You can find us on all the podcast websites.
Yup, we're even on Blue Sky, in case you've fled Twitter already.
How do we make it on the blue
Yeah,
sky?
talk about a sinking ship.
Pride of Duskwall is now arriving. Please allow all passengers to exit the train before boarding. This has been Ghosts on a Train, a podcast with the Faustian Nonsense Network, where we played Ghost Lines, an RPG written and designed by John Harper. Music by Sebastian Black and TJ Woods. Edited by Greg Carrobis, with Creative Commons Zero sounds from freesound.org, and additional sound design by Kai Gwillem Pritchard. Our cover art is by Yoshiko Agresta. Your line bowls for this trip were
Andrel Anderson, badge name Dunville, played by me, Hannah Levin.
Adric, aka Drix. Badge name Colburn. Played by me, Stefen Lewis.
Pippin, Pip, McKeel, badge name McKeel, played by me, Zweibel.
and I have been your conductor, Greg Carrobis. For bonus content, as well as behind the scenes, become a patron of the Faustian Nonsense Patreon. And in lieu of monetary support, a review on your favorite podcatcher will help Ghosts on a Train maintain visibility. If you have any questions about the Pride of Duskwall or additions to suggest for the train, please email them to ghosttrainpod@gmail.com or contact us on Twitter @ghosts_train. And I'll have Candace bring them to the line bowls. Thank you for riding with us, and please consider traveling with us again next time.